Hello everyone, and welcome back to another trail adventure. Today's route takes us from Echternach through Berdorf, Bollendorf, and Dillingen, all the way to Bigelbach. A total of 27 kilometers are on the agenda. The journey began at the beautiful lake of Echternach, where I started with a lap around the water to warm up properly. And just look at those waves of mist drifting across the surface. Absolutely mystical. The perfect atmosphere to begin a long day out on the trails. Since I set off at 6 a.m., there was hardly a soul around. The entire lake felt completely untouched and peaceful, as if it belonged only to me. The silence of the early morning, the mist hanging over the water, and the first light of day created an almost unreal atmosphere. The only people I came across were two lonely fishermen, standing quietly at the far end of the lake as I finished the loop. After leaving the lake behind, the first real challenge of the day was waiting for me. 200 meters of elevation gain right from the start. From Echternach, the trail climbed steadily up past Mellich's Half toward Berdorf. Step by step, the forest slowly opened up as the morning light grew stronger. And once I reached the top, I was rewarded instantly. A majestic panorama stretching across the landscape, bathed in golden sunlight. After the misty and quiet start by the lake, it felt like entering a completely different world. From there, the route across the Berdorf plateau allowed for a much faster pace, with long, relatively flat sections that made it easy to settle into a smooth rhythm. After crossing the open fields of Berdorf, I eventually descended into the valley of the Espech. And honestly, it's hard to put into words just how breathtaking this place is. The landscape here feels almost unreal, shaped by centuries of nature, history, and time itself. One of the absolute highlights along the way was the famous Hull Lake. And while its appearance looks like something carved entirely by nature, the story behind it is even more fascinating, because much of it was actually created by human hands. Back in the Middle Ages, the sandstone blocks found here were extracted and used for the production of millstones. Even today, you can still spot the marks left behind on the rock walls by the tools that workers once used to cut into the stone. So the Hull Lake was not formed by nature alone. The cave-like formations we see today were also shaped over centuries by the removal of massive rock sections, creating this extraordinary place where natural beauty and human history blend together perfectly. The deeper I moved through the valley, the more surreal the scenery became. Towering rock formations surrounded me from every side, and for a moment I simply stopped to take it all in. It's honestly incredible how this place looks. Standing beneath those massive sandstone walls made me feel incredibly small. A humbling reminder of just how powerful and timeless nature can be. During the final stretch into Berdorf, I fully enjoyed the warmth of the sun breaking through the morning air. After the cool and misty start to the day, those golden rays felt incredibly rewarding. It was the perfect moment to slow the pace slightly, refuel with some food and water, and simply take in the peaceful atmosphere before continuing the journey. Even though wild camping is officially prohibited here, I still came across quite a few campers hidden along the trails around Berdorf. It's easy to understand why people are drawn to this area, with landscapes like these. Many want to stay immersed in nature for just a little longer. From there, the trail descended down into the valley of the Sauer, heading toward Bollendorf. This section allowed me to make up some good time, as the route was mostly downhill, and the paths were far less technical than before. With every kilometer, I could settle into a smooth and steady rhythm, almost effortlessly flowing through the landscape. And despite the easier terrain, the scenery never lost its magic. Dense forests, towering rock formations, and the peaceful valley atmosphere continued to make every step feel special. As I reached the border bridge in Bollendorf, I officially crossed over into the southern Eifel region of Germany. After the long descent through the Sauer Valley, the next challenge was already waiting ahead, another 80 meters of elevation gain. Step by step, the trail climbed once again, leading me deeper into the rugged landscapes of the Südeifel. But with views and surroundings like these, every meter of climbing felt absolutely worth it. After covering so many kilometers on asphalt, I started actively looking for sections with softer ground, whenever possible to give my tired body a bit of relief. Forest trails, gravel paths, and patches of earth suddenly felt far more welcoming than hard pavement. At this stage of the run, every little detail mattered, not just physically, but mentally as well. Finding softer terrain helped me stay comfortable, conserve energy, and keep moving smoothly through the final part of the journey. Passing by the impressive Echternach rock formation near Dillingen, the route slowly led me back toward Luxembourg and into the heart of the Müllerthal region once again. Crossing back into the Müllerthal National Park felt special, almost like returning to familiar ground after hours of exploring valleys, forests, and rocky landscapes on both sides of the border. The deeper I moved into the park, the more the scenery transformed once again into the wild, mystical atmosphere that makes this region so unique. Just 2 kilometers before reaching my destination, the trail rewarded me one final time with several truly majestic viewpoints. After hours of climbing, descending, and pushing through tired legs, these breathtaking panoramas felt like the perfect ending to the journey. Standing there and looking out across the endless landscapes made every single kilometer worthwhile. Moments like these are exactly what make adventures like this so unforgettable. And then, finally, it was there. Bigelbach. I had made it. After 27 kilometers of trails, climbs, valleys, forests, and endless scenery, reaching the finish felt incredibly rewarding. My feet were burning, my legs were tired, but every single step had been worth it. This journey was more than just a trail run. It was a reminder of how powerful nature can be, and how far determination can carry you. And with that, it's time for me to say goodbye. Thank you for joining me on this adventure, and I'll see you again on the next trail. Bye-bye, and happy trails.